wins between Shavkat and Leon Edwards. Plumber Mike, thank you very much. Man, so Shavkat beats everybody unless they have this is my take on him, is like he has one gaping hole in his game, one. And that is that his head is straight up and it's right in front of his opponent. Like he is so offensive minded that he just stands in front with his head up and his chin up like this. And he's like, he is wide open to get hit with a big hook that he doesn't see coming, you know? And everyone's like, dude, well, but Joff Neal, he's like a really heavy hitter and he hit him with a couple shots. That doesn't matter, dude. Like just because someone who has a lot of power landed a shot in that way and he wasn't knocked out, like that, there's many reasons that could be the case, where someone that you don't think of as like a huge puncher could land a shot in the same way and it would knock them out, you know? Now, Leon Edwards, his striking is beautiful, but I would need to go watch some tape on him to see how he looks in tight quarters, because the way that I think of Leon's striking, why he's so pure and he's so good, is because his strikes come from nowhere. There's no tell. It's just boom. Like if you were literally going to show someone who just started striking what an absolutely ideal mixed martial arts punch and kick technique looks like in terms of how you start, like where it's just like boom, where it just comes from nowhere. Like Leon, there's no one that does it better than him. There really isn't. Like his punches are just boom. That's why it's so hard to dip them. But I don't feel like I have a really strong like look at his hooks, because he does a really good job managing distance and he throws great straight punches and he does really well with kicks, to where like I can't remember any exchanges where he was in tight and threw, got into an exchange and threw hooks. That's what will knock out Shavkat, is if someone is in tight and they get into an exchange with him and he is looking here, boom, boom, and just gets clipped with a hook that he doesn't see. I mean, like, mark my words. Mark my words. If and when he loses, that will be how he loses. He's going to get clipped with a hook he doesn't see. And Leon does not strike me as just his style is not sit in the pocket and trade at all. Like he's a move out of, like if it gets like that, he's a block and use footwork to get out of there. He doesn't like doing that because one of the reasons that he's so good is because he and I'm not talking about skill, like his approach to fighting very clearly is priority one, don't get hit. Like before he's trying to land anything, his first priority is to avoid getting hit, and then offense. It's like defense first, then offense, which sounds like, oh, well, common sense. No, it's not. Like, it's like, that's just not common sense, because a lot of guys, I would say, kind of like prioritize equally or are more offensive minded. And maybe some guys that are defensive minded first, they're just not as good as Leon. And so it doesn't really matter as much. Like Chito Vera is a defense first guy also, but yeah, like with a defense first guy, if you get into an exchange, like I'm talking about, the way that you would be knocking out Shavkat is you're in tremendous danger, dude. Like to land the shot I'm talking about, you are in tremendous danger, and you just get one off and he doesn't see it. But I mean, he's just so, I mean, it's like his technique in just that one, he's so good everywhere else. He has that one flaw, and it's a big one, because one mistake your career changes in an instant. But anyway, so if I had to bet, dude, it's just so tough too, because Shavkat really has not fought anyone. Jeff Neal is good, obviously, but like things change when you get to the top four guys, period. Look at Hamzat and how he ran through everybody. And then he has one fight against a top four guy. And look at how that looked. Gilbert Burns against Hamzat looked pretty different than all the other ones, all of his other fights, right? I mean, he has run through everyone. He has the majority of his fights, he has not taken a single strike. It's like a level of dominance that's honestly hard to even wrap your brain around. But that's how dominant Hamzat has been. And you get him against a top four guy, and he wins by a razor thin decision in a war. And so, you know, as dominant as Shavkat has looked, we don't know what he'll look like against the absolute elite of the division yet.